How's it going, YouTube? This is Manny from Manny Fresh Bets, bringing you my Week 1 NFL picks. If this is the first time watching one of my videos, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would subscribe, like, comment, and share. I gave a giveaway out at 100 subscribers, 200 subscribers. Trying to do that again once we get to 500 subscribers, so definitely share the word. I put out some videos for the college football picks. We won a couple of those. Did a few live bets on my Twitter. So if you're not following, the Twitter is at Manny Fresh Bets. We won a couple of those with the TD prop bets and a few live bets for the spreads and the totals. Again, this is the Week 1 picks. I think what I'm going to do is, because these videos run a bit long, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 4 separate videos. I'm going to do one, which this one is the straight up picks. Then I'm going to do one against the spread. So these are the spreads right here. So the Bills are, for example, in this game, the Bills are -2.5. So they need to win by 3 to cover that spread. So I'm going to do straight up picks, spread picks. Then I'm going to do the total, which is right here. It's basically the over-under. So if the total of the complete game of both teams scoring is 53, you win that bet. If it's under 53, then you win, the under, if you pick the under. And then finally, I'm probably going to do a separate video for prop bets. These prop bets are basically so if you go into the games, it's the anytime touchdown scorer, maybe even the alternate spreads. And then you have like passing props with, in this game, Matthew Stafford, Josh Allen. I like to do the alternate passing yards just because they're a little safer and you could parlay them with different things to win. And also, obviously, the receiving props in that game and the rushing props. So I'm not going to do that yet because not all of the games are out yet. I saw a few anytime TD plays that I already like, but not all of the games are out yet. So this is the straight up picks. And for this one, I'm going to skip this Buffalo Bills and Rams games. This is a very, very close game. I just feel like the Rams match up pretty well with the Bills. I do expect the Bills to win, but I'm going to skip that game, and I'm going to go with the picks that I think are safer. I might put in a few other picks on the Twitter channel with a little bit more aggressive plays. But these are going to be my picks here. I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals on the money line to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. I feel like the Bengals are the better team. Mitch Trubisky starting his first game in a while. I do think he's better than people give him credit for, but I just see the Bengals winning this game outright. For the Eagles and Detroit game, I'm going to take the Eagles at the money line at -198. Again, I think the Detroit has been getting a lot of hype. I think I read somewhere that Detroit is the biggest bet that Vegas has taken in terms of the over-unders in season wins. I believe they're at 6.5. So they need to win 7 games for anyone that bet the over. I do get it. They're a very improved team. But I just feel like the Eagles are going to win this game. I don't expect the Eagles to blow them out like they did last year. I think it was like 44-3 or 44-7. Don't expect that blowout to happen. But I do feel like the Eagles are the better team and they will win. They'll find a way to win and probably even cover the spread, which I'll post a different against the spread pick later on. For the Colts and the Texans, I'm taking the Colts. Again, another improved team in the Texans. I do like Davis Mills. I think he's a decent quarterback. He throws the ball around. He has good, better receivers now, Nico Collins and Cooks. I just feel like the Colts are going to win this game, and they might even cover the spread. And then the Saints and the Falcons. I'm taking the Saints. It's a little bit tricky. Week 1, anything could happen. I always say it. So if you guys are feeling an upset, I won't knock it. Upsets happen all the time in week 1, week 2. By week 3, you kind of get to know what each team is. But the first 2-3 weeks are tough. So I could definitely see some upsets happening. I just feel like the Saints defense is going to hold the Falcons down enough to win that game. And even if Jameis Winston throws a couple of picks, I think they'll be out. They'll be able to win that game. The Ravens and the Jets. This is another tricky game, but I'm taking the Ravens at the money line again. Jets are improved. We still don't know if Wilson is starting. It looks like it might be Joe Flacco. In any case, I do see the Ravens winning the game. Might be closer than what people think. Because Baltimore, they traded away their best wide receiver. Bateman needs to show that he is the number one receiver now. J.K. Dobbins coming from a serious injury, and the Jets having some injuries on their offensive line. More importantly, with Becton going out for the season, and again, Wilson might not start. So I'm definitely taking the Ravens in that game. I'm gonna skip the Patriots and the Dolphins for this first pick, just because that's a very close rivalry where I can see either team winning. And I'm also going to skip the Cleveland Browns and the Panthers game. We all know the story. Baker traded to the Panthers. He's starting his first game, and it's against his old team. Cleveland Browns, great defense, great running game. Jacoby Brissett is going to get the start, so I expect that it's probably going to be a very low-scoring game, but it could go any way. I'm taking the 49ers to beat the Bears again. Crazy things happen week one, so I wouldn't be shocked if the Bears kind of pull out a win or keep it close. But I feel more confident with the 49ers, even if Trey Lance making his first start of the season. I believe this is going to be his second or third start ever, or fourth. Even if he struggles, I believe in the 49ers defense to win that game, even in a low-scoring game. Again, the Jaguars and the Commanders, very close game. I think the Jaguars got a pretty good shot of upsetting the Commanders in that game. So I'm gonna skip it. It's just a very close game that I'm not betting this game as of yet. I'm gonna take the Titans against the Giants. My Giants are kind of up and down. I can see them being better this year. I just trust the Titans to win that game. It could be very ugly. I think I saw the weather report. It's going to be raining. It's probably going to be a nasty game, so I can see that game being like a 17-3 game, 21-17, something within those lines where, the Titans get the win, but barely. And then these next two games, these next three games, I'm going to skip two. Arizona Cardinals are a very good team in the beginning of the season, but they just start crumbling in the middle and the end of the seasons. Kansas City Chiefs, we all know Tyreek Hill is gone. Mahomes is still Mahomes, but this game it could be closer than people think. So I'm going to skip it. Same thing with Green Bay and the Vikings. I can definitely see the Vikings winning this game, and Vegas is smart. They're begging you to take the Packers here at -1.5. It's like, it's Rodgers, it's the Packers. They always beat the Vikings. All you have to do is win by 2. Very tricky game. I'm going to stay away from it. And then the Buccaneers and Cowboys again. Bucks are the better team. All they have to do is win by 3 points, field goal. Cowboys kind of regressed, but they're still a good team, especially offensively. I just feel the Bucks are the better team. But anything could happen week one in Dallas. We saw last year, Dallas, I believe they lost by 1 point in that game. So I'm going to stay away from that game. And then the last game, I'm going to take the Denver Broncos at the money line at -270. So this is my 8-leg parlay. Odds are 1,218. Taking the Bengals, the Eagles, the Colts, the Saints, Ravens, Niners, Titans, and Broncos. And I'm going to bet $5 to win potentially $61. So that's going to be my bet for the first picks. Again, that's more the conservative play. This is more kind of a moderate play, where I'm taking more of a risk. So I am gonna take the Bills. I think they pull this one out, and I'm gonna take the Bengals and the Eagles again. I'm taking the Colts, Saints, Ravens. I'm still gonna skip these two games. They're too close. I might do it on the more aggressive play that I'm gonna show next. Taking the 49ers, taking the Chargers, the Titans. I'm gonna take the Chiefs, and I'm gonna take the Denver Broncos again. So that's gonna be the 11-leg parlay. So I'm taking the Bills to win tonight. I'm gonna take Cincinnati. I'm gonna take the Eagles again, the Colts, Saints, Ravens, Niners, Chargers to beat the Raiders. That's gonna be a close game. Titans, the Chiefs, and the Broncos. So that odds are 4,879. I'm gonna bet $3 to win potentially 146.37. And then if I want to go really aggressive, I'm gonna take the Bengals, the Bills, take the Eagles and the Colts again, take the Saints and the Ravens. For this game, I feel like Miami could win this game. Again, it's going to be a close game, but in Miami, New England has a lot of problems, right now with their play calling. We don't know who's taking making the plays on the offensive side. So I'm going to take Miami to squeak out a win, just barely. I'm going to skip the Cleveland Browns game again, and I'm going to take the 49ers. I'm going to take the Chargers and the Titans. I'm going to take the Chiefs. This one, I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to beat Dallas. And then I'm going to take the Denver Broncos. So, again, I skipped the Packers, the Jaguars Commanders game, and the Cleveland Browns game. Those games are going to be close. And even some of the ones that I just took, like, the Bills, the Tampa Bay Bucks, those games are going to be very close. And, again, it's week one. Anything could happen. So, again, these are the picks for the last kind of more aggressive play. I took the Bengals, the Bills, the Eagles, the Colts, the Saints, the Ravens, the Dolphins to beat the Patriots, 49ers to beat the Bears, Chargers to beat the Raiders, Tennessee Titans, Kansas City Chiefs. I took the Bucks, and then I took the Denver Broncos. And for this one, I'm going to bet $3 to win potentially almost $411. So that's going to do it there, guys, for these straight-up picks. Again, tread lightly in week one. A lot of things happen. Things are crazy in week one. A lot of upsets happen. One thing that I wanted to show was the week one specials. And I was looking at this one right here. It's called Featured, and it's the second one. And this one is kind of tricky because it's telling me each team to score at least one passing TD in the 1 p.m. games. Odds are astronomical. So if you bet $1, you're making $90. And I'm just going to show you why this is very tricky. So obviously the Buffalo Bills and Rams are eliminated from that bet because it's the 1 p.m. games on Sunday. So the ones that worry me are Pittsburgh. I think they're going to run the ball, but I think Trubisky could get a passing TD. I don't have a problem with betting Philly or Detroit to get one passing TD. Same thing with Indy and the Texans. I think Davis Mills, even if they're getting blown out, he's probably going to get a garbage time touchdown, which I don't really like using the term garbage time, but somewhere where, they're getting blown out, their Colts are playing prevent defense, and he gets one. And the same thing could happen with the Falcons. Mariota, obviously he's known more for his running, not known for his passing, but I can see him, throwing a quick pass to Pitts or Cordell Patterson coming out the backfield and getting that TD. The Jets worry me a little bit, but again, if this is a blowout, I can see Joe Flacco or Wilson getting a passing TD. These two teams don't really worry me. I think both have pretty solid quarterbacks that can get a TD there. The Browns definitely worry me with Brissett, but I can see, again, quick out, to the tight end, to a running back, and him getting a TD. Again, these two teams don't worry me either, San Francisco or Chicago. Neither does the Jacksonville Jaguars or the Commanders or the Raiders and the Chargers, both great teams. These two teams either, I think both will have at least one TD each, Daniel Jones and Tannehill. Kansas City and Arizona obviously don't worry me either, or Green Bay or Minnesota, or Tampa Bay or Dallas. Well, actually, we just skipped the 1 p.m. games. So the 1 p.m. games end at the Jaguars and Commanders. And again, it's only a few that worry me, like the Browns, the Jets, the Falcons, and maybe Pittsburgh. But it's a very high, low risk, high reward type of thing. I think at least one of these, I think all of these quarterbacks will pass for one TD. So I'm taking a small chance here. I'm betting $1 to win 90. So I'm going to take that bet for the 1 p.m. games. So that's going to do it, guys, for my weekly picks, for straight up picks for NFL. The against the spread picks are coming up soon. So I'll be posting that as soon as I can. Then, like I mentioned, the over-under picks will be up as well. And then I'm going to wait for the props because, as you can see, the only ones that I have here are the anytime touchdown scorers. I don't have any passing props. The only passing props, receiving props, and rushing props are on that first game. That's tonight. So I'm going to wait to upload that probably on Saturday if that's available already. If not, I'll post it early Sunday. So that's going to do it, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching. I know this video took a little longer than I wanted to, but I kind of wanted to explain it from the beginning, from week one, and then we'll get, we'll decrease the length in these videos. Greatly appreciate it. Let's make some money together in week one. NFL is finally here. Very excited to make to get you guys some money with my picks. So greatly appreciate you guys enjoy tonight's game between the Bills and the Rams. Hopefully we'll make some money together. Take care, guys.